right, everybody. Today is actually a horror talk day. Talking some horror movies and who else? Who knows where else we're going to talk about? You never know in this world. Oh, let me turn it down. I will talk. Well, I will say I notice a different kind of a horror. This is a different kind of a horror. Okay, I have an English bulldog. Okay, now the English bulldogs, they're nasty shitters. Very nasty shitters. You have to wipe their ass like a baby. It comes with owning an English bulldog. That's just part of it. So I ran out of wipes, whatever. So I picked up the wipe. I thought I'll go buy PetSmart and I'll go buy another package of wipes. And I go into PetSmart. I go in the aisle, and a small package of doggy wipes at a PetSmart. It was like between 15 to 20 bucks. Like 50, 20 bucks for doggy wipes. So I'm like, damn, that's fucking murder. So I'll go to Safeway. At least a Safeway, baby wipes, right? Same fucking thing. It's just wiping a baby's ass, dog's ass, $3. I'm like, $3, 15, 20 bucks at a pet store. I'm like, I should buy like half of the stock at the grocery store, park a table right in front of PetSmart and say, hey, half off on the dog wipes. Put a little sticker of a dog wipe over something on the bag. So instead of $50, I'll sell it to you for $8 and I still make a profit. It's just like I'm not saying people are stupid, but do they think people are stupid because you're buying a wipe? I mean, is a baby wipe just as bad for a dog? I mean, if you can wipe a baby's ass with the wipes, I'm sure you can wipe a dog's ass with it, right?
Yeah. I didn't even know you had to wipe English bulldogs. That's pretty mind-blowing.
They don't I have a Chihuahua where you never have to wipe her ass. She's a clean Chihuahua. She poops, she's gone. Chihuahuas, no, it gets all over them in the back because their tail's like out down. So it's like the poop hits the tail and they're messy. I know you don't think about that when you buy a certain dog and then, like bulldogs, you got to wipe their eyes because they're drained. But yeah, I'm just like, that's hard, man. $20, $15. I'm like, I'm sure the same company that makes, I don't know, Huggies, whatever, makes the wipes for babies, also makes for dogs. They just put in another package, and you're taking a $3 product and making $20 off of it. I just think that's just, that's a crappy situation.
Yeah.
It is, man. And then this is fucked up now. This is fucked up. We're going to get to the horror movies. This is fucked up. Okay. We go to Safeway store. Sometimes some stores, say you want to buy alcohol at a certain store. Sometimes they'll have a certain section where you got to go into where somebody works in there. You got to have a counter and buy alcohol. Well, there's so much crime. There's so much fucking homeless. Nothing is homeless, but I'll talk about deaths going on. They put all these items that they consider theft worthy. So I go in there and buy some stuff, and I just got to buy baby wipes. So I got to go in this one little section. I pick up the baby wipes, and you can't leave that section. You got to buy it right there when you still have other groceries to be done. And I'm like, wow, damn, everything's changing. I mean, everything is just, you mean, I get alcohol. I guess I get that. But these are baby wipes, and they're shaving cream. You mean if I have a whole cart of groceries and I just need some kind of a shaving cream, I got to go in there, pick up the shaving cream, and then I have to buy it at that register. Why is that a big deal? Some people only got one or two items. Here you have no choice. You got to buy everything in there. It takes forever. And I'm like, God, what a freaking world that it's just, God, now it's like there's no trust, nobody. And
things are changing, man. I'm not going to be able to even shop in, grocery stores next year. So yeah, things are changing. I hope people stand up for the other side because they're going to try to starve us and try to intimidate us. And the ones who have, are on their side. Are they going to watch? I don't know.
Well, it's like they make it uncomfortable now into a store and stuff. It's like, well, shit, I'd rather just order it online now, have it sent to my house. At least I don't have to, go stand in this line, stand in that line. It's just, what is this? One of my new favorite shows. Great recommendation. Bigfoot Anam. Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah. He comes out with great videos. We're gonna be talking about the horror movie, but let me show you guys his latest video on how good this guy does. This, and hold on, I'm on Reddit. I put you on Reddit too, but I actually have this video on YouTube. Give me a second. Let me remove this one.
I just shot a really cool video within the hour. I was looking for relics with my buddy Dylan, and his mom ran over a cottonmouth, a big 4-foot long cottonmouth last night. So we made a video, and he's holding it in it. I get a nice close up of the fangs and everything. It's very cool.
Cool. We'll look at both now, guys. For horror talk fans, Jeepers Creepers, one of the best, franchises out there. One of the most original franchise out there. I know we know 3's not super great, but we got high hopes for part 4. But if you guys all remember in the Jeepers Creepers movies, there's a famous scene where Jeepers Creepers visit the jail, right? Well, this crazy son of a bitch actually went to the real jail. He actually has footage of the jail. The Jeepers Creepers. It says here, this video is called "Visiting Jeepers Creepers Jail Before Demolition." And what I'm also going to do, guys, I'm also going to put a link to this video in the chat right here, so you guys could go link to the video, and then you can subscribe to him from right there too. So you can just subscribe, you get everything at once. But let's check out Jeepers Creepers.
From Bigfoot Anonymous, we're here in Reddick, Florida. Right here is my bucket list spot. This is the old jail from the first Jeepers Creepers movie. We were just going through Ocala, and we had to pull off to Reddick. And it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. The next stop is the diner. I'm super pumped. Yeah, we brought the DVD. We were ready. We were ready. What a magical place. Here, where are you? Grip, Crip, 031, and all the hornets and wasps. Dude, this place is so magical. This is where the creeper roamed, man. This is where Justin Long, Gina Phillips, they had to dodge it, man. Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those?
Does this place have like any signs on the outside to say, hey, this place was shot in the movie Jeepers Creepers? Do they have anything to tell people that? Or you just gotta know? Yeah,
you just gotta know. And they actually just voted on demolition for this place. So they're about to demolish this whole entire school. So I definitely encourage everybody who can make their way to the Ocala area, GPS Reddick Public Library. That will take you to this big red old high school. And on the backside of it, that was the prison. But you could definitely get inside. We didn't have enough time. We had to schedule to keep. We, hit about 4 other spots. But I definitely plan on going back as long as I know they're going to drag their feet on the demolition. So I think we still have some time.
Might not go far, but it is a good discovery.
And that's Tristan and Cameron from Hidden Relief, my road trip homies.
I'll just stick my hand in real quick.
Wow. You guys actually got inside. That's cool.
Yeah, the best way to get inside, though, to the whole school is you got to climb to the second floor and crawling through one of the windows, which is definitely possible. I was driving my mom's car on the road trip, which is a really nice SUV. It's not the best area, and I didn't want to get, arrested. We had, we had a big trip ahead of us, and this was just the tip of it. So I didn't want to just go dive first.
You don't want to get arrested right before you even start.
100%. And I would have, told the police officers we're just trying to honor this place. But yeah, right there, you can definitely climb up just about 7-8 feet and then hop onto that second floor. But we heard a bunch of crows and strange noises, and there was one caw that I've never heard before in my whole life until this day, and it was super cool. But yeah, that's where Derry and Trish were hiding out from the creeper, and then he broke in through the basement and then was feeding on all the criminals and getting what he needed to get. And it ended up turning really scary. And the voodoo girl who could see the future, she ended up escorting Derry and Trisha out of there. And that's pretty much right at the end of the movie. So it's one of the most famous places in one of the most famous horror movies. And then we went to the diner right after this. So it's super cool.
You know, you just remind me of a story when you're talking about like getting arrested. Okay. We were living in a town called Kerman, south side of Fresno. And every summer we all get in big groups. We all get in trucks and we go driving up to Pismo Beach, one of the famous beaches in California, to the dunes. And of course, we were in a second truck. Bob was also in the second truck, and there was a first truck, and they were like speeding. They were like, badasses trying to like, they're gonna outbeat you. Well, let me just say we were young, and there was some drinking back of the trucks. Well, we noticed up the road there's highway patrolman got a truck pulled over, and it was our gang. The first half, and we're like, hey, look, they got pulled over, and one of the guys in our truck didn't realize it. He took a beer and he threw it, and you saw the beer can go towards the cop. We're like, man, dude. I mean, the cops had to stay there with them because he had to write them a ticket, but we're like, dude, don't get us arrested, because it's one thing to get a ticket for speeding, but it's one thing, they know there's alcohol in the back of a truck. Nobody was 21. We were all 16, 17. Like, let's not get arrested before we even get to the beach.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. They didn't pull off and stop you guys because, drinking and driving is a little bit more serious than a speeding ticket. I know nowadays they definitely,
Yeah. Well, I mean, luckily I was sitting in the back, so it wasn't like,
UI.
I would have got a D. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I had.
You would have got an open container and an underage.
Yeah.
Maybe a warning.
So this is your videos here. You're talking about you're talking about TikTok is where you had your video.
Yeah, I released a video of the Walmart construction pushing out the Bigfoot tribes, and it did pretty well overnight.
I'm going to TikTok to your account. I want to
but it got like 420 likes, 420. And like 6,000 plays, so it's doing pretty cool. But one of the comments came from a Native American woman that was complaining that I used the word tribes. And luckily, a lot of people have came to my defense and just like posted the definition of a tribe. But if anybody's heard me speak about the ancient ones, the Sasquatch people, and the Native Americans, I ultra respect the Native Americans. And of course, I visit the Native American mounds to pay respects. But I also think the Sasquatch people came first, and there were tribes of them before there were even tribes of Native American, and they taught them everything they know about the medicine and spiritualism. So, it was kind of silly that she did that, but everybody is fair to have their own opinion.
Yeah. And anybody knows this channel, this show, we're more open-minded than 95% of everybody on YouTube. I mean, we're fully open-minded. We love everybody. We don't discriminate anybody on this channel. Let's check this out.
Anonymous. I'm here behind Tractor Supply in Goodwill in Mariana. This is the spot that the original Walmart was built. I talked to an older man a couple weeks ago, and he said that when they were clearing out this forest, that tribes of Bigfoot ran to escape. He saw more than 10 of them in the weeks of preparation. Pretty wild stuff. You can hear the water flowing down there, but it's very thick. I've heard
one guy actually commented on my YouTube right in this part right now. He said he saw a Sasquatch looking at me. So very interesting. So everybody look back at that, especially Long Island Bigfoot Mike. You definitely have the eye for that. Right when I peeked down there, definitely check it out, guys.
500 people. So he said to not trust anybody and to look for the reptilian eyes.
But the end of that, I was kind of talking over it. The same guy that told me that story also mentioned that a UFO dropped off 500 people in town years ago. And you know, a lot of people are getting stirred up by that, calling BS. Hey, I'm just the messenger. And then I didn't censor anything. I could have left that out and just kept it Bigfoot. I gave the full picture so people knew what they were, you know, listening to. A couple of the comments are like, you're a joke, and so is the person you're talking to. Again, I laugh at that. I don't care. I love to commentate on it because it's fair. It was said, you know, it's worthy. But man, you express yourself freely on the internet, you're going to have people come at you, and you know that very well because Reddit has been attacking you from all angles for some reason.
If you're going to put yourself on social media, you have to accept that they're going to push you to the limit. They're going to try to say things to make you say something wrong. And once you say something wrong on air, they're going to report it. I mean, it's a whole game. And you ain't kidding about, you are not kidding about Reddit. I mean, you're really not. I mean, I had to start my own Reddit because every site that I go to on Reddit, you know, you mention something, and I don't know if I can see it here. Let me see here. Let me go to my messages. Let me see here. There's a would like to join. No. There were so many messages that I kept getting banned from this or banned to put anything down. It's just banned to the point where, like, God damn, what? Well, can't anybody have an opinion? Does your opinion have to 100% line up with their opinions? So I decided to start my own, right? And so far, you know, I only got 333 on Reddit, but you know, you're on here. Some of my music videos. You did a paranormal one, of course. Our show from yesterday, Dead Talk Live. My good friend. There's
TV
talking Bigfoot, UFOs, Bigfoot. Some Mandela effects on ZZ Top. My good friend Vel from Paranormal. I mean, you know, and I have not kicked out. I haven't banned nobody. If people want to leave messages, I let them leave messages. I don't know what happened to this world where back on Reddit, instead of making a comment back and saying, "Hey, I appreciate what you're saying, but I disagree with you," and that'd be fine. But like on Reddit, fuck it, you're banned. You're out. You're out. I'm like, damn. What? I'm sitting there, right? I put one of our videos that we did, a Bigfoot video we did on Tuesday, on one of the Bigfoot Reddit channels. Banned, just banned. I'm like, what? We can't have an opinion on Bigfoot, but we're not important enough. I mean, what's the criteria of being a Bigfoot professional or being a UFO professional, UFO paranormal? What do you got to be? Do we got to have like a special license? Do we got to have a card that says we were certified by somebody? You're right, Chocolate Cheese. Haters are going to hate, but it just drives you crazy because at least everybody wants to ban everybody on Reddit so fast. It's just so weird. That's why I had to start my own. You know, and then I go look for interesting videos and I try to put it on there. Now anybody can put videos on my Reddit page, anybody. But so far, it's only been me and another guy. You know, so anybody, Long Island Bigfoot, if there's some kind of a awesome video, Bigfoots or whatever, put it on my Reddit page. Let people see it. That's why I did it. I'm not going to ban people because I don't think their video lines up with my beliefs, because we all have different beliefs. You know?
Eric, you'll have to subscribe. I'm sure you already, Mike was on our show from Long Island Bigfoot. So definitely subscribe to him whenever you can, because he goes hiking literally every single day and all his videos are full of knowledge. And he's up there. I'm chasing him for being as active in the field, and I get inspired by that because I'm out here every single day too. But that man is doing 30-minute videos every single day. He has dropped hundreds of hours of footage in the forest over the past few years, and it's incredible stuff. Yeah, you're subscribed. But yeah, definitely check his out, and feel free to put him on your Reddit too, because he's Long Island Bigfoot Mike. Big name in this community, but even just a better person, and that's what's more important.
Well, the beautiful thing about communities is we're always learning. We're always learning for different people because everybody has different techniques. You can never stop learning. The day you think you know everything, you don't know everything. There's no way to know everything. Everybody has different techniques, and sometimes it's not the exact technique. There is luck involved. Being there at the right place at the right time. Right. But you got certain people that knows how to track better than you do. Kind of like when I was watching your videos, I was asking you questions like, how do you know that's the possibility of that being a Bigfoot print? And you're telling me, to look here, you look there. That's learning, like
100%. And I just try to surround myself around people that know what they're talking about. I always talk to Long Island Bigfoot. Donnie Miller, just went hiking with him. I stayed the weekend at Tracker Tim T's house. Like, that's, the grasshopper learning from Mr. Miyagi at his finest. And that's what you got to do. It's just like martial arts. You have to go to the best camps and train and hone your skills and share your information. And that's how I look at this. I'm just trying to graduate to my next belt.
Well, I love watching videos. Not sometimes, hopefully I see a Bigfoot or something. I love looking at the area, the forest. There's so many. I love the forest, the different texture, the ground, the rocks formations.
Yep. Look at that right there. That could be a mud fossil. And Mike is from New York. A lot of people think New York is just the Big Apple. No, guys, there are some dense forests there, and even the Adirondack Mountains, the Beast of Whitehall, the Susquehanna Seal, up in Cooperstown, there's mountains. Right where you were hiking towards Buffalo and central New York, there is so much hidden stories. The New York Giants, guys, the San Francisco Giants, the Tennessee Titans, the Lake Erie Monsters. You have to look at these creatures. The Seattle Kraken. There probably is some kind of mysterious cryptid off your coast that, once the Mount Rainier busts off the top, you're going to hear the dragon come flying out, man.
I'm not playing this video, but I'm just showing people. I mean, people don't think New York of having like mountains, but look at all these trees. There's so many hills and mountains. And the best thing about hunting in New York is most of this is owned by somebody. And not everybody could go into these forests, some of these places where you can. And, I'm not saying Bigfoot's going to be in there, but if you're Bigfoot, I'm sure Bigfoot, like other animals, know areas that are less populated with people. And it's just, I love it.
100%. Creatures are always a lot closer than we think. There's fairies, fae, gremlins, mystical creatures in the sky, interdimensional beings, other deities that live inside of us. We have crystals in our blood. There's little spiders and worms that live in our face.
Yeah.
And
are super. They are mystical. I mean, every state, everybody's forest is a little different. Like I said, New York, where the part of New York I was, in upstate New York, where I went, it's mostly like rolling hills kind of mountains. Then you go to Colorado, the Colorado mountains, big ass Rocky Mountains forest. And then of course you got Oregon forest, Washington. Of course, Washington is known for Bigfoots. I mean, there's so many different forests. And before I even met Connor, I never been to Florida. I always thought of Florida, no offense, more of swamplands and all that. Then I start watching his videos. They're mountains just like anywhere else.
Yep, there's definitely hills, valleys, cliffs, and tons of crazy things over here in the Panhandle. But yeah, there's definitely swampland and strange, weird terrain, I guess I would say, over by the Garden of Eden. It literally goes desert, jungle, forest, pine wood, desert, mystical beach, back to cliffs. It's crazy. It's the Garden of Eden.
Now, Boat Gun says, I live in the woods and never seen one. And hey, listen, Boat Gun, my brother and I, we were raised in a hunting family. We went in mountains every year. You know, we were poor. We didn't go to Disneyland. We went in the mountains. You know, I've never seen a Bigfoot up front, you know, but, you know, in my heart, I know they there. You know, I might have heard voices from them. You know, it's hard to know until you actually see the face to match the sound.
Oh, yeah. The encounters come in many different shapes and sizes. It's not always, you know, Patterson Gimlin footage right in your face. You know, watch Long Island Bigfoot. Check out my footage. We've captured these creatures on camera, and they are, you know, less than 20 feet away from you, and you have no idea.
Yeah.
They are the true earthlings. They camouflage with this world, and their hair literally has translucent abilities that it could take the color of what's behind it. I've seen what it looks like under a microscope.
Yep.
Green,
And I want to be him one day.
white, gray.
Look, this is what Long Island Bigfoot wrote. Boat Gun. I said that once upon a time too. I want to say that one time. I want to say that too. That's why I do this.
We were discussing how you and your brother chased after a bear up in the mountains before too, and I honestly think something could have been a Sasquatch, because a bear is not going to run from no kids.
You know, you could have, you know, but you know, you start thinking about that situation. How stupid were we? The middle of the night, even if you saw it, you know, a bear. You don't go chasing bears, you know. You think about it now, you can have a laugh about it, but when you sit there and think about it, people don't go chasing animals. And I'm telling you something, people don't, because you never know, that one animal could be protecting babies, and they're protecting babies. They're going to do whatever it takes to go against you. If you guys watch that movie Exist, which Connor told me about, and I watched it, where a mother was getting revenge because they killed their baby. So just be careful.
That's my favorite Sasquatch movie for sure.
That's a good. No, it was good. Yeah, I'm sure they're around watching us go riding good, but in the middle of nowhere, also see a lot of tree sign. Yeah, I mean, listen, these creatures, you know, that they don't want to be known. You know, they just want to do their things and go by. They're smart. They're intelligent. They've been here longer than we have. They know what they're doing. You know. I mean, it's no different than believing in a ghost. You know they're there, but you don't actually have to see one every single day to say, hey, you know, all that. But guys. Now, when we're not hunting, when we're not doing shows, you know, sometimes we're home just kicking back. We got our legs up. And sometimes for entertainment purposes, we watch movies, right? But I mean, you don't want the news fucking channel. Every time you put on the news channel, it's always bad. They talk about the same shit every day. You should go to Fox News. Oh my God, every fucking 10 minutes. Breaking news. CNN, breaking news. And it's the same shit they talk about yesterday. Look what this guy said in the Senate. Look what this guy, like, fuck that. Sometimes I escape reality. And sometimes my escaping reality is watching a movie. And one of our genres is horror movies. Now, anybody knows Netflix? Netflix does better series than movies. They do. Stranger Things, awesome series. The Witcher, fucking badass series. I mean, they do series better than movies. They got
Daredevil, Punisher, just to add in.
Punisher, the Daredevils.
Umbrella Academy. Yeah,
it's weird because their series are so top level, and their movies, like, out of 100, you might get 3 good ones. Okay? Now, it's rare that when Netflix puts out a
40
movie,
good ones. That's what I say.
3 movies, one after each other. They made a part 1, part 2, part 3 all together. I mean, most companies don't do that. I think the last ones I know that did that was they actually made Back to the Future part 2 and 3 at the same time. And they put one out this year and next year. But this one, they did all 3, and they put one out. I think they did that with The Hobbit too. I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think The Hobbit, Harry Potter, and then The Matrix 2 and 3. Well, it's never been done like this before, guys. It came out one Friday after another, a 3-week special. So you were really entranced. And if you were watching it live, you got to feel what the world was feeling. And it was something that you can never be a part of again. And it was magical. And I'm so glad that Fear Street came out. It's the R-rated R.L. Stine Goosebumps, basically. You know, we all
not Goosebumps, baby.
Goosebumps.
It's not Goosebumps.
How R-rated.
It's not Goosebumps. I mean, they took a little flavor from Stranger Things in a way. They took flavor from the old-fashioned slasher movies, the camping movies, and they melted it together so well. Where, if you guys know me, I always said one thing's great about the 80s, the 70s. When you watch a horror movie, the rated R ones, you know, you all know if you have sex, you're gonna die. That's just slasher movies. Michael Myers is gonna kill you. Jason Voorhees is gonna stick a knife beneath the bed up to your neck. That's just what happens, right? And then later on, horror movies became more PG-13, which is nothing wrong with that. Became a little bit more tamed. But this one, they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna do it all. We're gonna mix it all. We're gonna."
There was brutal killings.
The story was good because you're thinking the story is one way, and it doesn't change until the third one. It took the third one, so most of you can see it now. Hopefully, most of you seen it. You know, the movie starts out. You know, it's about the witch. The witch brings people alive to kill certain people. So in most of these movies, you're thinking that there's spells. The witch is controlling this, and then the part one is actually back in 1994. Got the 90s music vibe and all that, and then of course 1978's got the 70s vibe. You got the old Friday the 13th camp, feeling, and then the 1666 takes you back to like where the story begins.
Yep, the old colonial time.
They took the actors from the first two and kind of replaced in the last one just to add you the flavor, and then they go back to 1994.
Well, how it happened too is because at the end of 1978, they end up returning the hand back to the witch's grave, and they hope the spell is going to end, but actually it gives them clear vision and it sets them into a trance into 1666. And then that's why all the characters from the modern time their faces are in it, because of course it's their descendants, their bloodline, but it's all an envision to figure out the truth. And it is truly magical, guys. The Witch of Sarah Fear, and then the deep story that goes down to it. Pretty much a bunch of people that bleed onto the grave, they can see the truth. And then the dark forces that are holding the world down and holding the city down, they have to go hunt these creatures down. Yes. And it's really wild.
It is wild. And there's a lot of truth in the movie, because we all know Hollywood sometimes has an agenda. They want to push whatever they want to push. Nothing against gays and none of that kind of stuff. Nothing against it. But they try to push certain things to force upon where they kind of not flow it with the a story. They force things where it doesn't match with the story. Well, this one does match, because in this movie, two girls like each other. Okay, they like each other, but there was a man. You saw him in the third one where the man liked this girl. And she kind of embarrassed him, showing his penis, how he's got a heart on, and how like a man's ego is so bruised. And then the man, of course, he can't be bruised. And when there's some murders happening, it was easy for the man to blame the woman. She's a witch. I saw them, and nobody investigate like, well, when did you go there? How did you see them? No, he says, I have proof. I know he saw them. His proof was he saw them. There was like, it's back in those days, that's how it was. People got burned to trees, and the only proof they had was, I seen them. They didn't have like nowadays, somebody gets shot, you got to find the bullets, find the DNA, you got to find the proof. Back in those days, no, I saw them. A man's ego. So we talk about this all the time, where men back, not all, don't get me wrong, but men back in those days would cheat on their wives. They get caught. They said, I was under a spell. That woman's a witch. And people died. Women died because of men. But as long as you title them, as a witch. They get rope, they get rocks thrown at you, you're evil.
It's a sad world. It's a sad reality that people can be manipulated so much, man. And yeah, you feel for Sarah Fear, and you actually get to see the story of how it all happens. And yeah, there's deals with the devil and then blood graves. It's pretty wild series and in pretty much trilogy. It's not a series. I guess it's a series of movies. But man, it was truly special. And like you said, it was not Goosebumps. There was nudity, really harsh killings too. And a lot of the people that fell under the spell were some of the best people in town of Shadyside. So it's kind of scary. It plays on the good-hearted people. If you're trying to just play your path and just follow your, destiny, of course, these sinister forces are going to try to interrupt you.
What's there's the Twitch bot. Because we also live stream on Twitch, people, and for whatever reason, these bots on Twitch want to become famous by followers, primes, and viewers on bigfellows.com. Guys, don't ever fall for shit like that. People, you don't need shit like that. Okay, I wonder how I could get that out of here. I wish I could. I'm trying. No, I can't get rid of it. Oh well, just ignore that, people.
That's really cool that you stream on Twitch. There's not a lot of shows, paranormal-wise, that are even appearing on Twitch. I know Pat Turner from Squatch Talk, he streams on Twitch once in a while, but a lot of it's gaming. But that is very cool. Yeah. Hopefully, just the right video, talks to the right community of people.
Yeah. This show here live streams on Twitch, DLive, also Twitter and Facebook.
Nice.
So we're also on Twitter, and it's kind of neat. Each format, everybody's so different. I noticed like on Twitter, they don't really care for videos. They want just writing. It's just
memes.
I used to try to stream on Instagram, but the problem with Instagram is you can only do up to an hour.
Right.
And then it like cuts off, and it's just too much to and Instagram, you have to format your thing to be like more of a square. And since Bob and I, we use ours as a rectangle, and last time we did on Instagram, it looked stupid because it's just.
I definitely like the rectangle more. I feel more comfortable for some reason like this. Some people half the screen, and I don't have a problem with it, but I just feel a little bit more comfortable when it's like this.
Oh man. And there's a lot of horror movies on Netflix. There's so many horror movies on Netflix, it's hard to know what are they. And I want to see if you have heard any of these, are these worth watching, because you might have seen some of these.
There's good old Thomas Jane and your boy Stephen King, 1922. That's a good one. They'll be on there.
Like Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah, Velvet Buzzsaw. Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. It's about a painting that's like cursed. It's very
yes,
and abstract. Right. It's interesting. Yeah. Definitely weird. Unfriended.
Unfriended. If you like Zoom type of movies and stuff,
I love those type of movies because it makes like the screen come alive. The movie Host on Shudder, that Zoom movie. Did you watch that one yet?
What's it called?
Host. It's about the girls that try to summon a spirit through Zoom, and then it gets.
No, I haven't.
Dude, you got to watch that literally today, and it's like I think it's like 56 minutes long, but it's a full movie. So it's really perfectly paced. But I love Unfriended, Searching, all the dark web movies that come to life. Right here, Bird Box. A lot of people hated on Bird Box. I enjoyed it. Sandra Bullock, and then MGK, Colson Baker. He's from Cleveland. He's an awesome rapper. I've opened up for him, and now he's a movie star. He's dating Megan Fox as well. But Bird Box is crazy. You have to cover up your eyes because if you see these creatures, you die.
Yeah, it was Netflix version of Quiet Place in a way.
Yep.
Yeah. I watched it once because my wife really likes Sandra Bullock, and Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. It's one of the better ones that Netflix comes out. This one, Before I Wake, never seen it.
Yeah, that's a good one. The kid has visions that come to life when he's falling asleep, and it's really crazy. Mike Flanagan, the guy that made Haunting of Horror House, Doctor Sleep, Oculus, all those great horror movies. He's the mind behind that. It's super psychedelic. Pretty sure Kate Bosworth is the mom in it. Good movie.
She stars in it. Yeah.
Who's the male?
It says Thomas Jane, Annabeth Gish, Jacob Tremblay.
Yep, Jacob Tremblay. He's a big child star. And then, Thomas Jane, which he's in 1922. He also plays the Punisher. He's also the main character in Deep Blue Sea. And then he's also the main one in The Mist as well. So he is literally like a horror icon.
I'm going to have to check it out. Like this one, I've never heard of this one either. We Summon the Darkness.
Yeah, you finally stumped me. I haven't seen this one either. I need to. And Johnny Knoxville, Alexander Daddario. She's really pretty.
Yeah, it came out. Johnny Knoxville's in it.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, 69% Rotten Tomatoes. Not a bad little thing. Of course, The Ring. I mean, I've seen The Ring. Almost any horror fan probably seen The Ring.
Samara, man, coming out of the well. And then same thing. It's kind of like Sarah Fear. You're so scared of Samara, but there's actually a story behind her death and all of it. I still remember, though, like within that first 5 minutes, you get that closet scene where you see the girl. And it's so scary, though, watching that movie. And then you get those calls, 7 days. It was real, man. It was cerebral. And when the second one came out, it's actually known as a cursed film. I've done videos about it. But when I saw it, the premiere, I was with Jake Gaylord, Jake Peronic, and Jake Malk. So it was me and the three Jakes at Hickory Ridge Cinema. And some girl got assaulted that night behind it. So we were all like on the hunt looking for some criminal with a big gang of people. It was really crazy. And then we slept in Jake's playroom that night. And his dad came out to the window and scared us so bad. Yeah, 2002. So we were all 10 years old. Literally 10 years old. Going into horror movies, R-rated movies, or no, it was PG-13. But as a gang, man, it was awesome.
Well, you got thumbs up on Host.
We weren't 10 because that was the second movie. I was like, we were a little older than 10. Whenever the second movie came out, I was born in 92. Y'all can do the math.
But you did get a thumbs up on Host from Hobbs.
Hey, yeah,
he likes it. Ash versus Evil Dead. Oh yeah, those are fun. Though they did a damn good job. Sucks they canceled it, but I like Ash versus the Evil Dead. That's a good one. I've never seen this one. The Perfection, 2019.
Yeah, this is another one that it took over like a cult following once it got uploaded to Netflix. And this girl has to play perfect in a choir, or not choir, but an orchestra. And it's a lot of identity crisis, mental stuff. It's a pretty good movie. A good one to watch with your lady friends. And yeah, Allison Williams is in it. What's Allison Williams from? I think she's the white girl from Get Out. Yeah, she's the white girl from Get Out. So the evil hag.
The Babysitter. I did see this. I like The Babysitter, and I like the sequel too. Babysitter is just bonkers. I mean, they fucking go all out in this movie. I mean, it's a fun, crazy ass movie. It's great. It's really great. A lot of witchcraft, you could say, spells.
It's awesome. And Samara Weaving, the blonde girl, she is awesome. Great actress. She was in Ready or Not. She got the Ready or Not, gig definitely from Babysitter. The sequel is awesome. But yeah, she is the niece of the bad guy in The Matrix, Hugo Weaving. So that bloodline is just very talented. And then Bella Thorne, she was a TikTok star. She gets killed. She gets stabbed in the boob. Oh man, it's hilarious. And they bring back so many other horror movies in it. I love it. One time I was at Jake's house down in Florida with his cousin Corey, and I put on The Babysitter, and they can't deny it was good, but they were cracking on me the whole rest of the week that I put on The Babysitter, and they're like, "What is this?" And it's awesome. It's outrageous for sure.
Oh, it is. And like I said, she's a beautiful person. I mean, look at this. Look at her stabbing that knife in the head. They don't hold back in this movie, people. They don't hold back on this one.
Yeah, she's the babysitter, and she is like best friends with this one kid, but she wants to become rich and famous, so she has like a satanic worship, and they're about to sacrifice the kid, and she invites all her high school friends over, and they all want it for like stupid reasons. It is hilarious. Wow, piercing! I literally just watched this movie. This
I've
dude,
never even heard of it.
Yeah, Christopher Abbott. He was just in Possessor, and then you have Mia Wasaka. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's in a bunch. She's in Crimson Peak, and then a bunch Only Lovers Left Alive, a bunch of other good horror movies. But this guy, he's a family man, and he keeps having these visions that he just wants to like murder something, and he has a young kid, so he settles for murdering a prostitute. And then he meets this girl that she, seems very vulnerable and desperate, but then she ends up flipping the tables on him. And it is crazy. Wild movie, really a mental one. Do not watch that one with your loved ones, or you'll be looking at each other when you're sleeping, like worried.
Like a little American Psycho kind of a mix.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the American Psycho vibe. Watch it one time and then try not to ever again. Yeah, it just came out. I'm pretty sure it's on. It's still on Netflix. Oh, The Ritual. This might be one of my favorite ones on the list. This was the one I've been telling you to watch right after our Bigfoot show because it's about the Wendigo. These Canadian dudes. No, I don't think they're Canadian. They're Norway or something. Somewhere from overseas. Not American. I'm just a dummy that generalizes. But a group of friends, they go out in the forest after a bad tragedy, and then the story unfolds, and you start to see that a couple of them are guilty, and this creature starts hunting them down, and then there's a cult out there. It's very cool. It's spooky as heck. Great cast, a bunch of awesome actors, and it's scary as heck, especially for outdoorsmen like myself and people that hunt cryptids and creatures in the night.
Is this a subtitle movie, or is it?
Nope, it's English. It's English. Yep, it is English, and it is scary, and yeah, its imagery is so thrilling. Apostle, this is another good one. This creature in the forest, it's like a deity that this cult like people have been worshiping, and I'm pretty sure his sister. I think the guy's sister has a return home. Yep, his sister's being held. Yeah, his sister has like joined this cult, and he's like trying to save her from the cult. And they serve some kind of forest monster, and he doesn't believe it till he sees it. And then he ends up, of course, joining the cult. And yeah, it was crazy, man. There is some really good movies on Netflix. I literally scroll through like Netflix and Amazon, and I'm like, man, if I was just a normie, like if I didn't see every single movie like right when it came out, I would be so spoiled. I'm trying to watch new movies, so it's hard for me on Netflix and Amazon. But man, yeah, I just have to spread my wings though, because there are so many thousands of movies. But we all get caught in that, like, oh my gosh, what do I watch? But
it is, I know.
You normies, there is so much on Netflix to watch.
I mean, the Cult of Chucky's is actually the last two movies of Chucky's, except the AI one. They went direct to video streaming to rent and stuff. And the funny thing is, they're actually Rotten Tomatoes wise, they're ranked more than the ones actually playing at the movies. And the Cult of Chucky's is a good one. Yep.
It's, we've already talked about it on our Chucky show, but it still had the same writers and directors and same crew. And it's still the linear story. Yes, it gets a little wonky and wild, but they bring back Andy, and yeah, it's awesome. Jennifer Tilly's in it too. You cannot go wrong with The Bride of Chucky, the original.
Yeah, and there's the trailer for the TV series that's out right now, and you can see it on YouTube and stuff.
So wasn't that crazy timing? Wasn't that so crazy timing? Like, we did the show, and then like 48 hours later, there's an official trailer. Like, literally, we were right on path with that. That was so perfect.
The platform.
Ooh, the platform. This is another one that it was just like a cult-like phenomenon. Right when it hit Netflix, everybody was going crazy over it. And it's pretty much all these different levels, and you get trapped. It's kind of like a prison. And then there's food, and it rises up. And each level gets a certain amount of time. And, of course, the people at the very top, they'll just die off. And so it's a class structure of levels. And, of course, the people start breaking the rules. And, it's brutal. It's very – watch it one time, not with your loved ones, not after you ate a good meal. But you'll definitely learn to cherish your time a little bit more after that one.
Of course, the show is called Fear Street, so we don't need to hear that one. And then there's a 80% for the killing of a sacred deer. Never heard of this.
This one's another weird one. Nicole Kidman, Colin Farrell. It's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, and he made The Lobster. This guy makes like the craziest movies ever, and it's really wild. It's like a ritual type movie that they have these visions. It's definitely a thinker, not filled with action, but dude, it is psychedelically weird. I definitely suggest it for anybody that's big into thrillers of the mind and that will leave you thinking for a very long time. But The Lobster is very good too. That director is visionary. Whatever his next movie is, I'm there.
I mean, The Conjurings, we don't need to talk about that. We know The Conjurings are decent. That's not an original Netflix movie, So The Conjuring is HBO. Oh, it's actually owned by HBO, directed by James Wan, which is one of the best horror directors out there. And I'm really excited for his new one to come out.
Yeah, Malignant. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that.
Await further instructions. 81% Rotten Tomatoes, 2018.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one. Not at least it doesn't ring a bell. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out though, because if it got that high of a rating on Rotten Tomatoes, then it has to be solid. I don't really recognize.
Christmas Day, and the Milgram family wake up to find mysterious black substance surrounding their house. Something memento is. Christmas Day. So sounds like a good Christmas movie.
Yeah, I like it. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I've heard the name, and it has one of those cliche titles that's like a phrase that we all grew up hearing and reading. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. And A Christmas Story, yeah, why can't I go for it?
Yeah, why not? Whoops, what I do wrong? Hold on, get back there. Okay, there we are. And guys, I tell you what, I'm gonna put this link. This link in the chat, just in case you guys want to see some of these and you forget what movies they are. You can have the link here, and you can always go back later and check it out. I mean, there's so many of these. I just haven't heard of these. So amazing. What Keeps You Alive? 83% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one before, but I've definitely heard of it. I may have started it and I kind of fell asleep because I started it way too late. I'm not saying it's boring. It's just I know it's an artsy movie.
Well, that's the problem with Netflix, right? There's so much stuff on there. You just don't hear it. You got to hear it by word of mouth. I mean, it's so weird. And sometimes I kind of hate on some of these formats on Amazon. They do it like if you go down the horror section. Well, this is the popular horror section. This is what you should see horror section. It's like, can I just get an A to Z? Right. That's what I want. 100%. That's how I feel too. And then you have to click it and it takes you to a whole nother one. And it's all the redundant movies that they've already promoted on the front page. Yeah. I just want A to Z so I could just look and then give me the IMDb score and the Rotten Tomatoes just so I know what to weed out. But yeah, because sometimes I don't remember. There's like 3 categories. They were almost exact same movies. It's just like okay. See, I've never heard of this one, and this has got an 84% Rotten Tomato. Girl on the third floor.
Yeah, guys. Anybody that is a WWE fan, CM Punk is the main character in this one. It's a good little homey, scary movie. Just a good sleepover movie. He has a ghost inside his house, and there's a weird twist to it. If anybody ever reads the reviews, you probably see the word.
Await Further Instruction is a UK movie about a family trapped in their house and have to rely on instructions from their TV. I like it. Okay. That's good. I gotta check that out. So they're trapped in the house and they got to get their instruction from the TV. It almost sounds like, I can't remember that movie. It reminds me of another movie that I can't even remember the title of it, so it's not worth it to talk about it.
That definitely sounds cool though. With the await further instructions, that kind of like even rings a bell.
I mean, we all know the original Conjuring, what it's about. We don't need to talk about that one. I actually did an episode on the Conjuring franchise. But number 22 is 1BR. It's 87% Rotten Tomatoes. After leaving behind a painful past, her dreams, Sarah scores the perfect Hollywood apartment. But something is not, probably saying something's not right.
Yeah, I watched it probably 2 months ago. Very mild movie, good movie. Just not my taste. I think I rated it like 3 out of 5, so 6 out of 10.
And this one is It Comes at Night, 2017, yes. 87%.
An awesome cast. Joel Edgerton, of course, he's a beast. Riley Keough, she's Elvis Presley's like granddaughter or something. Christopher Abbott, he was the one that was in that movie earlier, Piercing. And it's about these families. And it's so weird now saying it because I watched it in 2017, and now it's like a pandemic or something that people stay in their house, and then a monster comes at night, and it's some kind of illness. And I really liked it, but it was kind of overrated too because it was everybody says it's like the greatest scary movie ever. I just liked it for the experience. I think it could have been a little bit better. Maybe I was just in a weird vibe. I definitely have to rewatch it because I liked it, but people put it on a pedestal like it's like the greatest movie ever.
I remember starting it, but I never finished it. Never got back into it.
It's definitely that paranoia. It's like a family movie that then a new family comes onto the property, and it's like they need help, and then they let them in, and then they don't trust each other,
Hey, guys, if you like zombie movies, this is pretty good. Now it is you can watch it in subtitles, or you could do an English sub voice, and it's
dubbed.
This is really good. These zombies are very, 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 very fast. And this is not like it takes a while to spread. When they get bitten and stuff, they're zombies.
Boom. I love it because it's a game. He's a gamer, remember? So it's kind of like a gaming escape the zombies. And it's really fast paced. And it's freaking awesome, man. I really liked it.
And there's some shit they do in this movie like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing it. Because like you said, they're so goddamn fast. You're better off just staying in your own room. Don't even look out the windows. Don't even talk to nobody. But after a while, you run out of food and you got to do things.
Yeah, he stayed in his room for a while and ran out of food. And he was playing video games still while the zombie apocalypse was happening.
What else you got to do?
All right.
This one I have not seen this. Ravenous, Less of Fame's 2018, 88%. Looks like a foreign movie to me.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see this one. I don't think,
but it's Canadian town, so I don't.
Yeah, it might be a French film. I think it is French.
A group of people transform into zombies in a small Canadian town labeled Hungary. They feast upon their loved.
It sounds pretty cool. I know I've came across it. I may have even started it. A lot of these Netflix ones, it's like starting a YouTube video, But there is a movie called Ravenous that came out in the early 2000s, I'm pretty sure, about these hikers that they, get stranded and they have to start eating each other. And that's a really good movie with Guy Pearce and another good actor that I can't forget his name, but it's really, really good.
I also
movie as well.
agree with Rotten Tomatoes, meaning I end up not liking the highly ranked movies as much as. You can't base your total movies off their rankings because even these movies, this one might have 88%, but all we know, only 4 critics have watched it out of 1,000 critics. So I mean, it is hard. I always look at what I do is I look at critic scores and regular people scores, and then what I noticed the good ones that the people scores are higher than the critics, and usually those I know they're good because most of you guys are like us. We got natural. We like some movies. Okay, the problem with some critics are a lot of these critics. I'm talking about the Hollywood critics, people. The Hollywood critics, they think because they went to film school, they're looking at a movie differently than we are. We're just looking at a movie if it's good or not. They're looking at a movie as I saw critics saying, well, the movie was good, but the lighting was off. This was off. They should have done this. Like, fuck the lighting. Is it good or not? And sometimes these critics think they know more than the directors themselves. They think and to me, sometimes I'm like, if there's some critics who just bash everything on how a movie's made. I'm sitting there like, well, if you're so fucking good, why don't you go make a movie?
100%. Yeah, a lot of critics, they have a loud voice in the back of the room, and it takes a lot of guts and a lot of camaraderie and a lot of people to put together a film. That's why I'm not very harsh on films. I'll say my opinion, but I definitely appreciate every movie that's being made because I've been, on sets of movies, and I know it takes a lot of camaraderie and just putting together. You have to have a lot of people on the same schedule. And yeah, people want to tear it apart. I went to film school, so I don't know what they're seeing differently. Yeah. They're a bunch of just squares, and they have to fit a certain agenda because their boss tells them to. So I got nothing for them.
I'm gonna show this one critic to people. I'm doing this one on purpose. There's a guy named Chris Stuckman. He is probably like one of the biggest subscriber base. He's got 1.94 million subscribers, right? He's got all these movie critics, right? And this guy got apparently that guy got a deal to direct a movie, and he came out on air and says, "Yeah, I never liked doing movie critic. I never liked being a movie critic. I rather make movies." And it's like, whoa, you just made 300-400 movies saying you're being a critic, and now you're bashing what you did because now you get to direct a movie. And that's what I'm telling you guys. Most of these people are full of shit. If Connor tells me to watch a movie, I'd rather hear it from a guy like him than somebody else like Connor told me to watch Exist. It's a found footage. Found footage is a 50-50 movie for me. It's either good or bad. He told me Exist is actually one of the good ones. I watched it. It was great. I guarantee most critics will say stay away from Exist.
Yep.
I'd rather hear movies from Robert Alley, Ben In. I'd rather hear from Sexually Speaking, Hobbs. You guys. I want to hear you guys, not the critics. Some, like I just showed you, they're full of shit. They're doing it as a business. They're not doing it because they love it.
They're needing a quota. Yeah, they're doing homework. They're a bunch of squares. They're not doing it for the love and passion. And good for them that they have a profession, in the community. But gosh, they tear movies apart. I suggest everybody goes over to Letterboxd, LETTERBOXD. It's a social media that you can rate and review movies, and then you can add friends and see what they're watching. And if you search Bigfoot and Non, I have a profile. Definitely check me out. I have 2,300 movies that I've logged in.
Because, I'm thinking to myself, what if that movie that Chris Stuckerman now directing bombs like shit? Well, he can't just go back to reviewing movies anymore because he said he hated it. It's lame. It's like that shit fed you, give you money, and now you're bashing it because you think you're bigger than life itself. I hate people like that. Number 18, Cargo, 2018, 88%.
Yes. It's a good one.
Rural Australia of the aftermath of violent pandemic and infection. Father desperately seeking a new home. I seen bits and pieces. I actually never finished this movie.
It's the guy that plays Bilbo Baggins, Martin Freeman. It's a zombie apocalypse, and he just has a newborn baby. So he has to find a way for it to survive. and it's a wild adventure, and he puts it on his back like a backpack, cargo. And man, the ending, the idea of it is super cool. That's a fun one. Some scary parts, but a good one from the heart. And Martin Freeman is just a good actor, you know.
Have you ever covered The Evil Dead? I know damn. I know God damn, that's a good fucking question, because
I know you've mentioned it on, your Gypsy Road show before, but it would be cool for us to cover it on Horror Talk. I know we haven't done a Horror Talk episode together about it, but we've mentioned, Bruce Campbell plenty of times.
Yeah. It's like a tip of my tongue. I'm thinking to myself, like, let me scroll down to my earlier ones, because we did found footage, the Supernatural, American Wolf in London, Hellraiser franchise. I did it on net. Female serial killers. Actually, I did do one. Horror Talk Evil Dead franchise. I did a solo one on this, and I remember I made a music video for Evil Dead. Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. So yes, check it out. I love my. Actually, that's one of my favorite music videos. Oh, this is funny. I forgot to mention this. Somebody sent me an email this morning. It goes, you might get a kick out of this. And he goes, Eric, I think I'm having a Mandela effect, because I was there for the release of your music video last night, and I could have sworn it was the Ramones, Rockaway Beach, but now it's Green Day, Good Riddance, The Time of Your Life. Am I seeing things? Right? I said, no, you were seeing things. I go, as soon as I dropped that video, right after it was premiered, the video got taken down. Not because of the Jaws footage, because the Ramones do not allow their music to be in any content out there. So I didn't get no strikes or nothing, but they removed it because of, I know, three of the Ramones are dead. So it's weird. It's like the only other bands that did it to me once before was Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzy's music, and Ramones. You can't use their music at all for any of the content. They pull your video down. So I'm sitting there like, I had the video made, because the thing is with Jaws, right? Jaws don't have a lot of killing footage in their movies. It's mostly the ocean. You see a little bit. So when I gather all the Jaws footage, it only came out to like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So I had to find a song, and Rockaway Beach was 2 minutes and 8 seconds. And since I couldn't use it, Green Day, Good Riddance, is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So
it works.
So no, none of you guys had a Mandela effect. The YouTube took it down, or the Ramones company, whoever owns Ramones now, because the lead singer's dead, 3 of them are dead. They won't allow their music to be played on any video, which is weird, right? I mean, it's like almost free promotion. I mean, I love the Ramones. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I don't get it.
They don't care about the small man. It's sad.
But the Green Day song does match it. Good Riddance, Bye Bye Shark, but you're having the time of your life while you're getting eaten.
I found this magnetic rock. I just picked it out of my pocket earlier today. I just found it. This magnetic rock here, and then let's see if I could show it. So I just tested it, and it is magnetic because it sticks to this. It's very cool. So
you never 2019 freaks. I seen this. Kept locked inside the house by her father. 7-year-old clothes, live in fear and fascination of the outside world.
It's awesome. I recommended it a couple episodes ago. Emil Hirsch, he's from Into the Wild and Alpha Dog, one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
He is a dad to this little girl, and she has superpowers. She's an X-Men, basically, and he has to hide her from the world. It's an incredible movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's almost, you're right. It's almost like a superhero movie in a way.
It's like an independent X-Men. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of those out there now, independent kind of stuff. It's hard to, like I said, it's hard to know these exist because there's just so many movies that are out there on these flat platforms. Here's one called Emily. I've never seen this. 2016, 89% tomato score. As a parent head out for a date in the city, the 3 young Thompson children immediately take to their whatever.
Yeah, it's about a killer babysitter, and it is pretty freaking scary just because it doesn't hold back. She's trying to kill the kids, you know? So if you're sensitive for that, which everybody is, no doubt, yeah, it's a spooky movie.
All right, Winter Snitchel just sent me a text on a free corn dog. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. And then here's a 2015 Creep. Now we're getting up to 15. Now we're getting closer to the top 10. Creep, looking for work. Aaron comes across a cryptic online ad, $1,000 for a day filming service. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just watched this a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
You recommended this, and I saw this one, and then the second one is basically, the first one, the guy hires a guy, and the second one, the creep hires a woman.
Yep. And then at the end, you see that he has like hundreds of tapes, so he has done it, hundreds of times.
Yes, that's actually, guys, it's a found footage movie, and it's really decent.
Yep. The best movie is right next, though. If all you guys take one recommendation from this, please watch The Invitation. I really don't even want to talk about it because I just want to let people have it. This couple goes to a dinner party, and the night unfolds. It is
That's a good question, Ben. Pinhead versus Jigsaw. I would think that since Pinhead's from hell, I mean, he's a demon, devil creature, and has a lot of friends, that he would win because Pinhead tortures people. So if Jigsaw tortures Pinhead, they already been through pain, I would think. But that'd be a good battle. That would be a good battle. Maggie was interesting. Chocolate and Cheese. I actually like Maggie. It's a different kind of an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's not like action-packed. It's like going through the feelings of your loved ones turning into a zombie, because in Maggie they turn into a zombie very slowly. They got I can't remember, 7 days or 14 days until they totally turn. It's about a father watching his daughter dying in front of your eyes, and you're watching Arnold, who's this big man, this muscle, you know him as a muscle guy that, there's no medicine, there's no nothing that can, it breaks you down to see your own daughter tearing apart, going to be dead soon. So I actually like Maggie. It's not your typical zombie killing movie, but it is. So The Invitation. So you're saying you out of all these you've seen so far, you recommend this one?
Yep.
Almost number one.
100%. They were teasing me about watching The Babysitter, and then we watched this, and at least they shut up for the night. No, this movie's awesome, man. And the main actor, Logan Marshall Green, he's also the main character in the movie Upgrade. I highly recommend Upgrade as well. He's incredible. He's also in Prometheus as well. Very good actor. John Carroll Lynch is scary as heck in that movie. So once you guys see it, definitely watch it. And it's directed by a woman. She's incredible.
Yeah, Upgrade was good. Of course, Zombieland, guys. Come on, we all know Zombieland. They're fun ass freaking movies. It kind of teaches you on how to survive in a Zombieland, where that guy has a list of what to do, how to run, keep yourself. And then, of course, Woody Harrelson is that guy who lost everything, so he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. And they meet up with the 2 girls who are con women, which, in the zombie apocalypse, everybody's a con person.
Oh, yeah. And everybody keep posted to my channel this upcoming month. It's filmed at Wild Adventures, this theme park that's not that far from my house. just like an hour and a half.
Oh,
So we're planning on going this month for my birthday. So I'm super excited. There's some animals there, but I'm definitely going to do all the filming locations. And the movie is a combination of Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, and Jesse Einsberg, was Columbus, Ohio. So it's literally a combination of both my spots. And I see myself on that screen. And then the second one was awesome too. But it's a classic movie. Oh. And it's also scary. And then Bill Murray was awesome in it too.
They accidentally killed Bill Murray.
Yes, it is. It is awesome. And Emma Stone and the Abigail girl are freaking awesome in it too.
And
cool.
Part 2 is good too. I don't know if that's on this list, but part 2 is good. Number 12 is Vampires versus the Bronx. I know this is there. I'm always planning to watch this. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I watched it one day when I was at work, so I kind of half watched it. It was pretty funny, but I don't know, kind of average for me. But as I see, it's really high on this list, and it's a 90%. So I shouldn't hate. I should just give it a full watch. But I love vampires, and I love the New York atmosphere. So that's very cool.
This one is a lot higher ranked than the 1994 one, part 2, because I love my favorite one is actually part 2 because I love the camp feeling, the Friday the 13th, bringing you back to the old feeling of the good old fucking slasher movies. Heavy sex, then you die, then the boyfriend becomes a zombie type creature. So
yeah, I like the second one probably the most too, just because that camp vibe was so cool. And then the third one I really liked, but you also get part two. So it's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, all three are great. But if you had to rank it, I mean, I have to put part 2 as number 1 for me.
Yep, but I like all three. It would hurt me to put number 1 as third place, but you never know. I don't know. It's a very impressive trilogy and just idea. And R.L. Stine is a genius. And if you grew up reading about the werewolf of Fever Swamp, and then the Beast, and all the other the Haunted Mask, and of course the doll, man.
This one, I seen 1922, and it was a decent movie. I'm really shocked how high it is on this list. It is a Stephen King movie about the murder of the wife, and it's more of a kind of a thriller in a way. It's a mind type of movie, but I'm kind of shocked on how high it is.
Yeah, definitely biased. This, they probably get a certain amount of funding for pushing Stephen King movies, but 1922 was good. He kills his wife, Thomas Jane, throws her in a well, and then a curse takes over the land. Yeah, of course, karma.
I mean, it's one of those movies that I seen it once. Okay. And I'll probably never watch it again. No disrespect for the movie. It's just one of those kind of movies you see once, and that's it. Okay. But
yeah, it was cool. Wow. Gerald's Game is another one. Mike Flanagan made this one, the guy that made Haunting of Hill House. And Carla Gugino, she's awesome actress. She ends up getting handcuffed to a bed, and the man dies. So she's about to starve or, succumb to her demons. And then Cujo freaking comes in, and it's a really good movie for just being in a bedroom strapped to a bed.
Okay, I seen the previews of this. I never watched it because but now you're saying I should watch it. I probably will, because when I heard how she's just chained up to a bed, I'm like, okay. But if you're saying it's good, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's solid. She carries it, man. She is an incredible actress. She's the mom in Haunting of Hill House, the one that breaks her neck. So she carries the whole movie. It's good, though. Watch it with your girl.
Wow. 166 is number 8. Okay. Like I said, I like the second one better, but this is good because this is in the past, present, which is 1994, and then where the whole story comes together, and where you learn that it wasn't actually the witches, wasn't the woman. It was actually more of the Satan worshiping. You can say warlock, I guess you could say.
Yeah, the good family, the sheriff. And he actually does fall in love with the red-haired girl, and he does save her.
That was see that was cool because when I was watching, the second one where she lived, I mean the fucking killer kept stabbing her, and I was even sitting there like, how can she live through all those stabs? Then you learn that kid, witchcraft. He's like he sacrifices to the devil, so he kind of brought her back to life. You didn't catch that until the third one, because I'm thinking to myself too, like, she would be dead. There's no way she can survive.
Yep, the good family can control those fallen beast monsters. So yeah, he was able to control the situation and keep her alive. And that's what's pretty cool, because it shows the human side to that family, because it's a family curse, but not everybody's all the time all the way evil. There's still humanity inside.
To keep the family going, you got to have a loved one. You got to have a person to have a kid with.
100%. And a lot of people paid the price in Fear Street. If you bled on Sarah Fear's grave, you got the information, you had the visions, and then those monsters came to hunt you down because you were a threat. And the whole thing is Shadyside suffers while the neighboring city just thrives. And there's all these murders in Shadyside, and everybody's suffering and dying, while over here there's nothing going wrong. So it's a beautiful story of balance. This movie's crazy. Have you seen Hush?
I gotta look up images.
She's deaf in it, and she's a writer, and it's awesome. It's directed by Mike Flanagan, same guy as Haunting of Hill House, and this girl is the cool sister of Haunting of Hill House. So that's what I love about all Mike Flanagan's movies. They all have a lot of the same actors and actresses, but yeah, she's a writer, and she's deaf, and they have a home intruder, and she has to balance and fight him off. And it is incredible. It's really scary, actually. But Mike Flanagan is married to Kate Siegel, so he's directing his wife as the main character. It's awesome.
I see some of you guys are putting some good ones in the chat. Lawnmower Man was a good one. Firestarter, the E.T. girl. Come on, Drew Barrymore. That movie should be remade. And man, Lawnmower Man, that'd be a good. Both Stephen King's movies, actually, both Stephen King's. Lawnmower Man needs a makeover. You could do a lot with Lawnmower Man nowadays. But we're down to the nitty gritty. This is kind of cool. Cam, 2018 Cam, 93%. I actually have not seen this.
Yeah, she's a famous cam girl. And then online, there's a doppelganger. There's a girl that pretends to be her, and then she starts doing, weird sexual things that embarrasses the original girl. And it gets really sinister. And real life crosses over, and it's some spooky stuff. That's another one that was like a cult-like following right when it hit Netflix.
Got a high rating, man. Number 6, 93%. Damn.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good, but
I know. And this one I've never even heard of. Sweetheart 2019, 95%.
Yeah, I mentioned this one during our Sea Creatures episode. This girl gets stranded on an island, and there's these weird like mermaid beasts that come out.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fun one. And that actress Kiersey Clemens, I'm trying to think what she was in. She's been in a couple cool movies. She's just a fun, good attitude. She was always a side character in like big movies. I'm sorry, I can't think of any. But this was her big debut as the main actor.
Okay. Gotta definitely check it out. 95%, number 5. I mean, Pan's Labyrinth. I think we all have heard of this, seen this. Is directed by Guillermo del Toro, which is he loves, his genre is horror. He makes a lot of movies now, but Pan's Labyrinth was the movie that broke him out to the real world, broke him out to get more parts. Shit, he's an Oscar-winning director now.
Yeah, he's awesome. He did Hellboy, Shape of the Water. That movie's, though, incredible. And I know a lot of people, they cannot read, so they can't do subtitles. They can't read and watch movies at the same time. I feel bad for people that can't read, but I do not feel bad for people that cannot read and watch movies at the same time. If you can't read and watch subtitles, come on, man.
What's that robot movie he made?
robot movie?
Where those gigantic robot machines?
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
That's right, Pacific Rim. He made the first one, but not the second one.
Yeah, we could definitely tell by that, too. And then he did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. He's made some incredible movies.
Ben In said he thought that Sweetheart was pretty good.
Yeah. It's good for the tropical vibe, 100%. If you like little creature features, definitely watch that. One movie that's not going to be on this list, The Silence. It was kind of like Bird Box, kind of like A Quiet Place, but you have to be really quiet, and they're these pterodactyl-type creatures. Oh, man. But yeah, Under the Shadow, this is a good one. It's about this Middle Eastern mother and child that have like an attack of a jinn. And wow, 99%. Yeah, it's on the top of a lot of lists. It's a foreign film, but it's incredible.
Wow, never heard of this. Because if you don't even hear movies that's in English, you definitely ain't gonna hear movies that's foreign. That's the problem with Netflix. It's almost impossible to know.
And of course, the ones that are Indian and in the Middle East, and even the term Middle East is wrong. They just made that term just so you can generalize that location. But yes, I definitely want people to check that movie out. Creep 2.
Creep 2, number 2, 100% Rotten Tomatoes. Damn.
It is a good movie, man, and it shows what
you
can do, in-house. The Duplass brothers pretty much make their movies themselves. Of course, they have a crew, but it's all in-house and all thought of under their roof.
I just wouldn't have thought of it being number 2. Now, of course, all we know, only 2 critics watched it and gave it their rating. But it was they're good movies. They're good movies. So I just, wow, 100%. I'm trying to think, I kind of like Creep 1 more than Creep 2, maybe because that was the original. That's the first one I saw.
Right. I'm ready for Creep 3.
So,
His House. This is another good one.
I've never heard of this.
Over in, I think it's Africa, this guy loses his home because there's a genocide, and he has to move into a house, and it's haunted, of course, but it's kind of like a version of himself. It's very kind of like Get Out and Us. It's got the Jordan Peele vibe. Very cool movie.
Wow.
I definitely recommend it.
You're right, Chocolate Cheese. I should have done a drum roll. Guys, what this list really teaches all of us is Netflix has so many different kind of horror movies. You really just don't know. And the reason we do these shows because there's almost impossible, except for, it sounds like Connor's seen every single one of these.
Not everyone. There was a couple that I didn't see. And there's a couple others that definitely should have been on the list. But I appreciate these lists. And that's what these lists and these type of shows are for, just to stir up the idea, because the algorithm doesn't even give half these movies to us. But definitely look into, lists and psychedelic lists and visual stunning movies and mind-bending movies. And, don't be scared to look at lists of what you're into, because that's the best. It's like recommendations.
No, you read them, or trying to read it and all that. We all have, we don't all have 24 hours of free time. And when you get that little bit of free time, you want to make sure it counts, right? So you want to hear people's opinions and all that. No, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So His House. Is this a subtitles, or is it?
No, it's English.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, man, number 1, 100%.
I'm pretty sure it's English. Yeah.
Man. So what do you guys think of that list? Have you guys heard half of those movies? The Blair Witch Project. Oh yeah.
Blair Witch Project's really good. There's a couple horror movies coming out, these next few months that I'm really excited about.
Yeah,
we'll have to pull up.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was thinking, like maybe like next Thursday or something. If we're all free, we should do a show of all horror movies that are coming out, so we could get an idea. Hey, this is coming out. It's coming out on this format, so we, try to watch them because we find out that they're coming out. The problem is we don't know what's coming out. Only very few. Of course, we know the Halloween Kills is coming out. Some of the notice ones, but I like to look.
Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe Part 2 is coming out August 13th. I'm 100% going to that. What was that?
It's coming out this year.
August 13th. Yeah, next Thursday. Next Thursday and Friday.
Well,
yeah, I've already talked to people that went to the premiere, like out in LA and stuff, and they said it was incredibly and so scary.
Really?
Yeah, I'm super pumped for it. And that one guy that commented yesterday that he was from Detroit, so he doesn't have to worry about, the apocalypse or anything. That's what I was mentioning. Don't Breathe and Lost River. Don't Breathe is a really scary movie because a lot of, Detroit is just abandoned, literally like 11 miles abandoned. You could just drive and it's all abandoned houses. It's crazy. And then right. Lost River was the first movie ever directed by Ryan Gosling. And he grew up in Canada right across the border. So he had like this idea of Detroit. Then he finally went over there and saw it was a teenage wasteland. And it's all about how there's poor people and it's a different world and they have to trade for copper. And it's a really crazy movie. But both of those show like the criminal underworld of Detroit, the land that shaped Slim Shady. But Don't Breathe too. I'm not necessarily sure if it takes place in Detroit, but, the first one took place in Detroit. So it's got that horrific feel to it. But yeah, man, I'm really excited about Don't Breathe too. The movie Karen is coming out. Taryn Manning. She's from The Orange is the New Black. She plays a racist woman named Karen, and that's going to be horrible. The Night House. A widow begins to uncover her recently deceased husband's disturbing secrets.
That was August 20th.
Yeah, I'm really pumped about that.
I've seen trailers for that so many times, and I was like, when is this movie actually going to come out? Because I can't see the trailer. I was like, come on, bring it out. Yeah, because August 13th is Don't Breathe, also Free Guy. And then there's some movie called The Protege coming out. August
the Protege. That's about to be awesome too. Samuel Jackson's in that. That cast is so loaded.
What is this? Bring Your Own Brigade.
August 27th though. Get to that one. Candyman. I can't wait. A lot of people were asking, are you more excited for Halloween Kills or Candyman? And I gotta say Candyman, man, because Halloween, I'm super pumped, but we already got that one new one, We haven't had that Candyman revival ever, so I am so looking forward to it.
Yeah, the only problem, there's already being talked for movies moving off their dates again. Yeah, they're actually talking about like that Shing whatever Disney new superhero movie. It might be moved because a lot of cities are only allowing if you have shot records. So a lot of movies are actually being moved again. So it's like hopefully we don't go through this whole mess again where you get excited to watch a movie. Then here we go again. It's all being moved. It's all being moved next year. Everything is being moved.
Yeah, I can't believe that. That's so crazy.
Yeah, because New York's a big market, and they already made it into. They're already making it where 5 or more people you got to show proof and what happened. But the thing is, why is that important, people? Because in the country, only half is shots, half are not. I'm not getting into that subject, but when you're talking about movie theaters, they need everybody there. So. Now they're already talking about moving some movies again, and it's just like, oh, not that again.
That's horrible. New York, just arrest Cuomo, drag him behind a freaking semi-truck for a few miles, and then open back up. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed, like tomorrow I'm going to Suicide Squad, and people want to know, I know some people ask, Eric, how do you afford all those movies? I go, guys, I live next to AMC. I'm an A-list. I pay $20 a month. I get to see 3 movies a week. I mean, if you guys live by an AMC, a movie ticket, depending on what time you see it, a movie night ticket can go anywhere from $13 to $20. So if you could get an A-list for $20, 3 movies a week,
why not?
That's how I do it.
Yeah. $20 a month, and you get 12 movies a week,
3 movies,
or 12 months, 12 a month if you want to.
It's rare that I go see 2 movies in a week, but every Friday night we go to the movies. This Friday we're gonna go watch Suicide Squad, but now next Friday, originally we're gonna see Free Guy, because that was out. But now I know Don't Breathe is out. I think I want to go jump over to Don't Breathe instead of Free Guy.
Yeah. Does your wife like Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds, he acts the same in all his movies, so it depends on what he does, because we were both shocked at how good the sequel was to The Hitman's Wife.
Yeah.
He did a great job in that. But
if you like that, then you'll like Free Guy, because Free Guy looks awesome. I'm really excited about Free Guy. It's Scurvy Madness. It's kind of like the Ready Player One vibes, Like we don't know what to expect.
Well, I've listened to, I've heard a lot of reviews on Free Guy and Suicide Squad, and believe it or not, Suicide Squad and Free Guys are getting reviews off the hook.
Good. Everybody
who's enjoying it. Now, of course, those are critics, but so far those movies are getting way thumbs up. And of course, there's that debate now. I've been listening to this debate. Is Free Guy considered a video game movie or not? And there's a debate about that, because yes, in the movie he plays in a game, but the movie's not based on a game. So it's like, how do it depends on when you say video game movie. Does the video game movie has to be based on a video game into a movie, or can a movie about a game? So a lot of these some critics like there's one critic named John Campia, and he says he hates it when people calling Free Guy a video game movie, because the movie's not based on an actual IP game. It's a whole new game. It's a good debate. I could give a shit. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie, right? I used to call Tron a video game movie, but technically Tron wasn't based on a game, because Tron games wasn't out yet.
Yeah, that guy who's complaining about that needs to just lighten up. It's about a video game. How are you not gonna say it's a video game movie? Like you can say it's not based on a video game, but it's a video game movie, man. Who cares?
That's what I think. And I'm like, are there really a debate about, does a movie have to be actually from a video game to be considered a video game movie? I mean, the character is a game character. Radio Player One. A lot of scenes in that movie, he's in a game.
Yep.
I mean,
people are silly, man, and they get it twisted so quick. I just hope everybody can keep walking in a straight line while these backwards times try to contagious off.
Good to know. Yeah, chocolate cheese. I mean, you live in Washington. Yeah. It's called A-List, and you only pay between 20 and 24, and it's 3 movies a week. And think about it, chocolate cheese. If you go to one movie, you're paying almost $15 if you're seeing it at night, $15 to $18. And I'm not trying to listen. They're not sponsoring us at all, but they should be sponsoring us.
Eric, you should buy stock for them. Just a little bit of stock, because you get a free drink and a free popcorn every time you go.
I already used up my free popcorn.
Oh, wow.
And that's the thing, guys. Also, if you're A-List, you get a discount on the food. So you get a large for a price of a medium, and you get a large popcorn for the price of a medium. And you guys might not think that's that much, but you guys see the price of these fucking popcorn and sodas at the movie theaters? $2-3 is a discount. And of course, you acquire points, get rewards and stuff. I mean, here, I'll show you guys. Here, let me show you guys my AMC. Hold on. You can see here, I'll show you guys real quick. I mean, I already got 2 tickets for Suicide Squad for tomorrow, but if I go to my AMC, if you go to rewards, you can see like they give you bonus bucks, $10 bonus bucks, $5 ready to activate. And I guess I get a free coffee. Now I don't do coffee at movie theaters, because I don't feel like I have to go take a dump or pee, because I'm drinking too much coffee at a theater. But because you're an investor connect free Costa coffee. So
you maybe get it on the way home,
To be an investor, you don't have to invest a lot of money. You can just invest $5, and then you get free popcorn or free soda. It's worth it.
Yeah. How many free popcorns and sodas do you get to use?
I only got one free popcorn and one free soda, but the wife, she's an A listener. She has a free popcorn and a free soda on hers too.
What about investing like the coin? Have you invested in AMC coin? Because if you invest in that, you get free popcorn and free drink every time you go.
What's the AMC coin?
Yeah, like the cryptocurrency AMC.
Oh, cryptocurrency. I mean, I own cryptocurrency, but I don't think I own cryptocurrency towards AMC.
Yeah, look into that because then you get free drink and free popcorn. And I don't know what the minimum.
I got a $5 ready to activate.
That's awesome.
Hey, listen, if you're gonna go to the movies, right? I know free coffee. Where? I know free coffee at a movie theater. I know, but listen, one movie, dude, $15-$20. I'm telling you, it's not bad. And so my wife and I, we go every Friday night. We get out of the house, get away from the dogs, fuck the kids, go to a movies. And then this allows you to see a lot of movies that you probably would never seen before. Because before when movies, when you got without these memberships, you're seeing a selective few movies. And if you're going to movies, you're only seeing the big, huge ones because you want to make sure you get your money's worth, right? But with this, I saw so many little movies that honestly I probably never would have saw if I didn't have this this one. Because like you said, next week, Free Guy and Don't Breathe comes out. Well, with my membership, I'm going to see both. But if I didn't have the membership, I would have to choose one.
Mm-hmm. It opens up the door and it allows a lot more opportunity. And yeah, that's what you need for movies. Just like Pig, you probably wouldn't have saw that movie. You would have ended up seeing it down the line, but on the big screen, you got to see it. Like, that's magical.
Dude, we were bored on a Saturday. We're like, oh, let's go see Nicolas Cage. Probably never would have seen that.
He's coming out in a new movie at the end of this month or early next month. And it's like Ghosts and Samurais. So you got Mandy, you got Color Out of Space, you got Willy's Wonderland, then you have Pig, and then the parent one. I forget what it's called, but it's about all the parents try to kill the children. That's a good one too. But then this Ghost Samurai one. So Nicolas Cage, like a lot of people say, oh, he lost it. No, he didn't. He just takes a lot of jobs, and some of the movies are cheap movies, but some of the movies are unreal gems, just like uncut gems.
He's actually in, I don't care about his business, but he's actually in Hollywood debt. I guess he owns a lot of things. So, but all because he does a lot of movies doesn't mean he can't act.
Yeah, he's pretty funny because he bought a pyramid for his gravestone, and it's actually right by Marie Laveau's in New Orleans because his wife cannot take that in alimony. So it's worth like $1 million. So he'll always have at least $1 million in that. So it's pretty funny stuff. It's a giant pyramid. Definitely go visit it if you're ever in New Orleans. Go visit Nicolas Cage's grave.
A lot of movie theater chains have their own version of an A-list membership too. I know Regal has one. A lot of them have them. I don't know what their deals are. I live close to AMC, so I use theirs. But a lot of chains now have it. Beyond that, but guys, beyond that, we're gonna wind down here. But let you guys know, I got an interesting show tomorrow. It actually is. It is gonna be a little interesting. So the title of this show for tomorrow is what are signs that you being visited by your guardian angel?
I like it.
The show for tomorrow is called What Are Signs That You're Being Visited by Your Guardian Angel? I have articles and stuff that says we are visited by guardian angels. If you believe in that, I got 11 tips on figuring out if you're being visited by a guardian angel. So just telling you guys, so tomorrow it's going to be interesting. Bob's got a lot of intake on this, on the Bible stuff of this. So I'm not telling you it's going to be, it's not a religious show, but in the world of if angels exist, how do you know you're being visited by a guardian angel? I got 11 tips on saying this is how you know. So if you want to learn tomorrow if you're being visited by a guardian angel, you don't want to miss it.
Yes, I like that. I'll definitely be watching from work, and hopefully you guys have some people, tap into the chat that maybe have some clairvoyant abilities and can maybe just help guide you guys along. That'll be super cool. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, you're right. There might be some people that really study the Bibles and stuff, and you might say, "Hey, that has happened to me. I maybe I have been visited." You know what I mean? You never
100%.
know. Now, what do you got going on this week? You going on big any
expeditions? Yeah, I'm actually I'm going to Chipley right here, right now. After this, I'm about to buy a GoPro 8 with the money that Standing Goats Rescue has helped raise for me. So I'm super excited to buy the new gear, and then I'm going to go check out Falling Waters, and I'm going to try to link up with Donnie Miller if he's out there. And I know he was driving to Graceville right by Panama City to get feed and hay for his farm. But if it lines up, we're going to check out the tallest waterfall in the state and a bunch of sinkholes. And there was actually a Sasquatch sighting that happened there. And my video about it has like 5,000 views on YouTube. It's kind of blowing up. It's pretty cool. It's called Falling Water Sasquatch. And it had a hood on, so it's kind of like the Flatwoods Monster. But yeah, I'm going to put my new GoPro to big use. And I already had a big morning. I found a little piece of pottery. It wasn't Native American pottery, though. I think it was just maybe settlers or something. And then we made a video with a cottonmouth giant snake. And that was really cool. One of the deadliest killers down here in the swamp. But yeah, I'm hoping to link up with Donnie, but about to get that new gear, and I'll do an unboxing and thank everybody that was a part of that, because I am very thankful. It showed, the graciousness of this world, because there's a lot of shadows being casted, but it showed me that there is still light out there. And man, I appreciate it.
Maybe one day you'll open up a mailbox and you'll get one of these.
100%. The true patriots, man. I've actually saw some advertisements of that last night. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Google.
I know.
You guys are crazy.
When you see some kind of advertisement, then you're seeing it everywhere. It's like that car model. And then all of a sudden you're seeing the same car model everywhere. It's like, where does this all come from?
Yep. Is it the Matrix, or is it just some weird anomaly? In this world, we're surrounded by them. I want everybody to check out this book. I'll talk about my books in a second, but this one is very cool. Eric, you would really like this too. Devolution by Max Brooks. It is about a Sasquatch massacre on Mount Rainier. So it's right in your backyard, and it's an awesome book written by the same author as the guy that wrote World War Z. But please check out Eerie Swamps, Road Trip to Eden. This one's like my diary. Monsters and Mysteries Around the Corner. And then, of course, Big Brother Bigfoot. All three of those are available on Amazon if you just search my name, Connor Flynn, or Eerie Swamps, or Big Brother Bigfoot. And I just also want to mention this too. This DVD just came out. I just got it in the mail this morning, and it's made by Small Town Monsters, Seth Breedlove. And he came from my same county, and he's done a ton of good documentaries on these cryptid creatures. But this is called In the Sky, On the Trail of UFOs, Dark Sky. And my name is actually in the credits to this because I helped fund it on a Kickstarter. So it's very cool to be a part of it. And, just have my name scroll down. So at the end, people know that, at least this community is filled with good, rounded people, and we support each other, because that's what it's about.
Yeah, man. I was trying to find some images because I can't find them. A while back when I was in New York, I visited the 1849 Central College where I did a ghost voice thing. I walked around the whole thing. If you guys don't remember this video, I'm not gonna play it. But it's called my video. Oh, no, sorry. 1849 Central College features radical anti-slavery and all that. And we did a ghost session there. The reason I'm bringing this up is just last week they actually put a memorial thing about this graveyard and all that. And I'm not saying they did it because I had a video out or something, but apparently they raised $5,000 or whatever, and they got something to talk about what this graveyard means to people. And I'm thinking like the person that was there with me, lives in New York, sent me. I gotta find the pictures. He's like, dude, did you know what? They actually put a memorial there. And I'm not saying they did it because of us, but that's fucking cool because we were there before that.
That is really cool, man. You definitely have something to do with it. Your vibes, you know, if it's not directly, your vibes and people watching it definitely linked with their brains electronically and then charge them up to, you know, make those decisions. So yeah, man,
awesome.
Beyond
that, guys,
you're to thank.
The show, he's gotta go do his exploring, and then I probably gotta go freaking walk the dogs. Probably gotta take a crap, and I had to, you know, at least I got $3 baby wipes to wipe his ass instead of $20. So, and beyond that, tomorrow's an angel show, and then you guys know Bigfoot. Every day he has a video, he pops it up. And just in case you forget his links and all that, I mean, I don't know how you guys can. It's always in the description. You can always go to my Reddit page too, and his videos are always there too. So there's a lot of ways to get to his channel. So beyond that, guys, I want everybody to have a good time. And Bigfoot, you have hopefully, you know, luck on your side. You will actually, you know, you'll see something that's just gonna excite you even more.
100%, man. That place is filled with strange anomalies. And there's also a place called the Rock Hill Preserve right in that location. And it's closed to the public, but people think it's an old volcano. So I'm going to try to get special access in there and talk to, you know, some city officials and tell them I'm an author. Would just love to honor the place.
Well, I know you.
But yes, thank you for
you'll
for
talk
the
your way into it somehow. I know. You're like Bob. Somehow you guys can sell Eskimos ice cubes and stuff. I know you guys will be able to do it. So beyond that, guys, we'll see everybody next time.
I appreciate that, Eric.